Okay, let's do class example 3. P Limited acquired all the shares of S Limited on 1 January 2019 for 95,000 Rand. Statement of financial position as at that date. Assets PPE 91 and 65 of P and S respectively. Investment in S 80,000 shares at cost price, and he paid 95,000 Rand for that 80,000 shares. Trade receivables, total assets, equity and liabilities. P Limited had 200,000 shares in issue and S Limited had 80,000 shares in issue. So again, P Limited acquired all the share capital of S Limited. Retained earnings 8 and 9,000, trade and other payables 20 and 20. Assume that the identifiable assets acquired and the liabilities assumed at the acquisition date are shown at fair values. P Limited recognized the equity investment in S Limited in its own records by applying the cost method. So that was the original price that he paid for those shares. Now again, the same as the previous questions. Number 1, do the analysis of the owner's equity of S. So that is all about the 89,000 and the investment of 95,000. So we say, well, here's the 80,000 share capital at acquisition of S, retained earnings 9,000, total 89,000, purchase consideration was 95,000, so therefore they paid more for the shares than what the net asset value, underlying value was. The underlying value was 89,000, assets less liability equals equity. They paid 6,000 Rand more, so there was goodwill with this purchase of 6,000. So that total, that was the share capital, and P acquired 100% at that consideration. The second part of the question wants you to do proof of the goodwill calculation. Now that is exactly the same. Consideration paid 95,000, net asset value was 89,000, and then goodwill then was 6,000 Rand as we had there. Third part of the question, the pro forma journal entries. Now there, the common items that we have to get rid of is the investment of 95,000 and then the equity of S of 89,000. So obviously we're going to credit that investment in P's books of 95,000. We're going to debit share capital in S's books, retained earnings in S's books, and then in order to make this thing balance, we have to bring in the goodwill. So share capital is statement of changes in equity, debit 80,000, retained earnings statement of changes in equity in S 9,000, goodwill now, and that refers back to our goodwill calculation there of 6,000. So we're going to debit goodwill S statement of financial position 6,000, and investment in S in P's books. Now we're going to take that out. The total value of the investment of 95,000 Rand. Consolidation worksheet. Now there we're going to first copy this statement of financial position of the two companies as is. Then we're going to pass the pro forma journals, and then we're going to have the final consolidated amounts. So the first step is just to copy those two financial statements as they gave it to you. And now we're going to pass our pro forma journal. So we're going to take out the investment once more. We're now going to create a goodwill entry, 6,000, and we're going to debit retained earnings of S, 80,000, 9,000, and the share capital of 80,000. So these must always be in balance. So you see 89 plus 6 is 95 equals 95. Debits must always equal credits. Our consolidated statements then, we're just going to add everything together. 91 plus 65, 156. 95 minus 95, 0. Goodwill plus 6,000 there. Trade receivables 42 and 44, 86. Share capital 200 plus 80 minus 80 will only give you 200,000, which you're going to retain. 8,000 plus 9,000 minus 9,000 is going to give you the remaining 8,000. Trade payables is going to be 20 plus 20 equals 40,000 Rand. And there our consolidated statement of financial position will balance.